been an absolute blessing to grow up in Atlanta skating, man. Like, it's been a fucking honor. Like, I grew up watching these guys skate, and like I don't know how many people have seen it that watch this podcast, but VG4, there was like a really small Atlanta part. It was like maybe a minute. But as like a 7th grader watching that, like those dudes were, like, it was amazing that there was people in that video that were from Atlanta. You know what I mean? And like,
yeah.
I don't know, to like grow up and then become the person that's in the video that's representing Atlanta, like it was like the joy of my life. It's still to this day, like the fact that I get to sit with you guys and come on this podcast after fucking Brian Shima is like, I don't know, it's because of Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, I could have been from somewhere else where I would have had to have tried harder to be better at skating, maybe, to like get my name out there. But because of Tom and Andy and the foundation that they had laid, I could just kind of waltz in and talk shit and you know, do some ledge skating and get free shit all the time. It was
man,
dope.
You were ripping though. Don't sell yourself.
All right,
like
yeah. No, I'm not hating on myself.
50-foot long front torques and shit.
I did some stuff. Wow, yeah, that was. I don't want to talk too much shit, but I think that was the first front torque set slide in a video in VG19 or whatever.
Yeah, 19, right?
That was when that was all happening.
Mm-hmm.
The A-Town guys were like recreating,
Walt,
like you, Walt,
bro.
Was that one to the goddamn sidewalk and waxing it up?
Yeah, straight up the waxing the sidewalk, like how Walt did that, like in that long shot.
Oh my god!
I was like, wait a minute, you could do that?
Yeah, I think I filmed that. The one, he does like a Royale shuffle
at night. Yeah.
Walt's this guy's number one.
I know. We've been talking about that for like fucking 15, 20 years now. Like, he's always like, "What's up with Walt?" And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, Walt's good.
What's up?
Walt's a car deal in Vegas, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He wants to skate. He's like,
he hit me up a few months ago randomly, and we got a little chat. But he's like, I guess in Vegas doing his thing.
You got to be getting close to level 4.
Yeah, right. He's older than you guys.
He's definitely. He might be 40, dude. Is he 39?
He's 3 years older than me. He's 39.
I don't know, man. Sorry, Walt. I don't know how fucking old that motherfucker. He's
Level
old as
4
fuck. He was driving when I was like 13, dude. He used to come pick me up when I was fucking tiny in his fucking Camry.
Yeah, that was like a really, because I went down there. I got to experience some of that time with you guys. That was during that VG19 time.
Yeah. That
was a really cool time in Atlanta for skating. Just everyone involved, in the guys from the Carolinas going down.
Yeah.
How did you get the gig on VG19, man? Because that's a pretty good gig.
Was that 19? It was 19, not 16.
Yeah. We went to, the skate pile team went to Dallas IMYTA. No. It was a Dallas ASA, and I don't know, it was like 2 big, fucking Hoedown. It was like a week of like, one weekend was Hoedown, and I think the next weekend was ASA or something like that.
Oh, was like the FID tour?
Yeah, the FID tour.
It was that, right?
Yeah. So like, on the way back to Atlanta, I rode, we had 2 vans, and we had walkie-talkies, and Dave had one of the walkie-talkies in one of the vans, and I had the walkie-talkie in the other van. And nobody was responding to Dave, so I like picked up the fucking walkie-talkie, and he was like asking us if we wanted to get off the highway, or I think we actually like had some car problems and shit. But he would hit me up, and I would just like answer him talking like a redneck. And
hey, man.
I was like, "Hey man, we're in fucking Alabama. Let's pull over at the goddamn gas station," or whatever, you know, like just fucking around. And when we got back to Atlanta finally, after like the van broke down and all that shit, like he just asked me at skate pile. He's like, "Hey man, like, you want to come back on the loading dock real quick with me? I'm gonna like film a couple things like real quick. I just want to like see, like, just come back here, you know." And like, so I went back to the back of skate pile with him, and he put a fucking microphone on me. He didn't tell me what we were doing. He was just like, "Yeah, just put this on." And then he was like, "Hey, remember like in the van, like you were doing that funny voice? Like, I'm gonna ask you questions, and like you should just answer." So he fucking put me on the loading dock, asked me a bunch of questions, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make that the segues for VG." And I was like, "What?"
And he told you after you were saying all that?
Yeah, I had no idea. Like. Yeah, and he like edited it all fucking crazy, and
like it flowed really well between the sections.
Yeah, I think like he knew what some sections, like there's some that like I didn't do the drop properly, but it's because he didn't know that whoever was gonna have a section. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
Yeah, you introduced like Walt and Dre pretty much.
Yeah,
that's
Farmer.
Like our Bible, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude, it was fucking crazy. Like, it's fucking crazy to this day. Like, people still like, I don't know. It's fucking crazy to host a VG. There wasn't. I don't know. Nobody else hosted a fucking VG. That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Like,
it is. It's like
yeah.
my Bible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I said, like VG4, like watching the Atlanta section was like life changing because I thought like, whoa, I can be involved in this, and then to actually like,
And then 15 VGs later,
I get to fucking host it.
you're hosting
It's
it.
fucking crazy with like my best friends and like people that I had just met that were in our generation, like just shredding. And that like those two, I mean, no disrespect to the West Coast, but those two VGs kind of changed everything. Like Dave came back and like blessed
I don't know if
us.
that sounds being biased, but I'm with you on that one as well.
No, I think
totally.
it did because like the California Dreaming episode that was, what was it, fucking 21, 17?
17
was it the one in between or the one right after 19? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Like Dave came back and was telling us like that like during the sessions for the California Dreaming, like fucking whatever episode, that all the dudes that were skating in California were like, yo, we gotta get hype like the fucking East Coast guys. Like, everybody's gotta come out to the session. Like, fuck all this fucking skating alone shit. Like, it's gotta be like everybody getting hype. Like, trying to replicate what we did, you know? Because, like,
that's cool.
That's
to know.
real,
Yeah.
Just remember that. It's cool.
That was one of my favorite things about skating any East Coast city. It was like the crews that were together. Maybe because the cities on the East Coast were like more tightly compact, like we're like more like metropolises, you know, than the West Coast cities. But like everyone was so tight, and it was all those sessions, and that's what I loved about making the Truth and shit too. Was like I wanted that crew feel, and we didn't have that in videos for a while after that, after VGs and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Truth was so good.
Totally. Like you know, New York, we had those, and like the Bell South, the Norcross sessions. There used to be like 40, 50 people at Norcross. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. At Summer Hour?
Yeah, Summer Hour, yeah. Rest in peace.
It's
not there anymore?
RIP too?
It's gone.
And Bell South?
Bell South's gone.
Those are two heavy hits.
It's heavy, dude.
Damn.
It's bad. It's like John
That's like us
Down
losing
being
Flushing.
gone.
Yeah,
Flushing.
yeah.
It's what it is, you know. I try to. It's really depressing though, because like I'm sure you guys have things in your head that you've never done at those places that you're like, I'll just go there one day and like do this thing. Like, doesn't matter. It'll always be there. And they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks, but
someone should make like a Summer Hour compilation of like all the shit that
dude,
happened.
that was the like as sick as Summer Hour was, it was definitely the black hole. Like,
yeah, it definitely looked like it too.
100%. It was like way the fuck out, and same thing. Like in the middle of nowhere, you get there, it's fun as fuck. There's like nothing you're gonna skate. Yeah, you're stuck there. And then if anybody comes in town, which is like at that point everybody came to Atlanta, like that was the first place where they're like, yo, what's up with those curve ledges? And it was like, it's Norcross.
I mean, they were good.
They were great. Like, it was super fun.
Incredible that spot.
Oh man.